Flow is an animated movie. I believe it got nominated for a Golden Globe. For Best Animated Feature. I have a feeling it's going to get nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. Um, Animated movie about a cat. And this is a very unique movie in the sense that there are no human characters in this. There is no talking animals in this. It is just meowing, barking, chirping. There's no words. Absolutely no words in this. It's just animal sounds and sounds. And basically, this cat is surviving this great flood. It reminded me of times of Noah's Ark, honestly. There are good portions of this movie where animals are in boats. Um, and they're just struggling to I mean they're working together to survive this great flood. That is essentially what this movie is. And for starters, this movie is so beautifully animated. It is just absolutely gorgeous to look at. Um, if it is still playing in theaters near you, go see this. It is insane how beautiful this movie looks. Um, I, I can't say enough about how beautiful it looks. The cinematography in this movie as well is absolutely beautiful. There are shots that you don't realize are one shots until like after it like stops and you're like, whoa, that was all one shot. And yes, it's an animated movie, so it's not that crazy of a thing, but it still looks so beautiful. Um, like I said, there's no words in this. So it could be something that would be a turnoff for a lot of people. Um, Personally, I kind of forgot that there was no words after a short period of time. Like it totally moved me in a way that I was not expecting, especially since there wasn't any words. Um, I'm not a cat person. I'm a dog person, as you can tell with my dog. Um, and there is a dog in this movie. There's a couple dogs in this movie. Um, I found myself enjoying the cat. I'm going to call him Flo. I don't know if that's actually what his name is because I don't think names are actually ever said. But Flo is what I'm going to call the cat. And he is just an adorable little kitty cat. And he goes through stuff and you feel for him on this adventure. It's so tense and you feel yourself tensing up. It is stressful. You feel yourself getting stressed watching this cat trying to survive this super crazy flood. um, this movie is not overly long. It's about an hour and a half long. Um, and it while I think there's a couple moments maybe that could be taken out, there's a specific sequence in this where Flo falls off a boat and he's in the water for a bit and then he kind of just gets back on the boat. Like he was escaping from the boat, but then he just gets back on the boat. So there's like little bits of this that almost don't feel necessary. Like he just gets right back in the boat essentially. So there's little things that don't feel necessary per se, but it really doesn't feel long. There was kids at the screening that I saw this, and I could tell about an hour in they were kind of bored with it. There was no, fun minions or anything like that. So I feel like this is more of an adult animation. Um, Kids can enjoy this, I think. It's just because there's no talking and nothing really to stimulate the brain per se. It's just something you have to pay attention to. I don't think maybe kids would enjoy this quite as much, but it is an absolutely beautifully animated film. And I think if your kid is a kid that can just sit still, essentially, I think they can really enjoy this movie. Um, the sound design in this as well is absolutely wonderful. Considering there's no words and stuff like that, it has to kind of rely on sound design. The sound of water and the sound of animals running through the woods. It all just sounds so beautiful. This movie just sounds fantastic as well as looks fantastic. Um, yeah, I don't have very many negatives with this. I guess besides maybe being a bit too long, maybe being something that kids can't necessarily get into when that's kind of the target audience. I mean, I think all anime movies should have a target audience of adults and kids, but it's a PG movie. I mean, kids should be able to pay attention. Like I said, kids in my screening just were getting really bored by this. They were probably, I don't know, 5 and 8 years old, and they were starting to get a little bored by it. Um, And considering there's no talking characters, it's just astounding how well you do feel invested. While maybe at times you're like, okay, this is going on a bit too long. And it, you don't necessarily know where it's going. I will say that as well. I didn't expect the movie to end where it ended. Um, I thought maybe I did at first. I thought actually I was kind of rolling my eyes a little bit at first because it did feel like Noah's Ark, where just a bunch of animals are gathering together in this boat to survive this flood. Um, and I was like, come on, we don't need to see this again. But it does different things. I feel like it was inspired by that, and it goes from there. At the end of the day, hi Chester. Chester's back in here, guys. At the end of the day, I did enjoy this movie. Like I said, I think it's more for adults than kids. It's so beautifully animated. Um, I think kids definitely can enjoy this. There are scary sequences in the sense you don't know if Flo is going to make it. Um, but it really is overall a wonderful movie. I really did enjoy it. Um, excuse me, sorry, Chester. I bumped Chester's nose. At the end of the day, I'm gonna give this a pretty solid grade. It definitely should get nominated for best animated feature. I would think. If it doesn't, there's something wrong with the Oscars. I mean, there is a lot wrong with the Oscars, but yeah. In the end, I'm gonna give this one a solid 8 out of 10. I really did enjoy this movie. It is so beautifully animated. The sound design is great. It is just really a solid movie. Um, I make it sound like those are the only two positives, but no. Overall, it's just a really harrowing story. It is so suspenseful and thrilling, really. Considering it's just following a cat that can't even talk. So, you guys, I hope you guys have yourself a great day. I hope you are preparing for the award season and you're watching movies like this that will be nominated and already has been nominated, I believe, for the Golden Globes. Golden Globes is what, this Sunday? I don't know. It's coming up. Anyways, guys, hope you have yourself a great day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and we will see you next time.